Hello and welcome. I'm Kim, and together with my dogs, Bobby and Pilou, I live in my self-built camper van, and we are getting ready to travel Europe together. Come along as we say yes to new adventures.
Hello you beautiful people, welcome back to another video from the middle north of Portugal. I haven't been vlogging for a little while, but I'm back and we are going to a little medieval town, so let's go. So just arrived at the cute little town and now I'm going to show you guys around. The road up here was gorgeous and I could see the castle, which looked really cool. So let's go have a look. you guys. So we just had a little walk around. It was lots of fun. But I was trying to get these cute shots of the castle and I was walking there. And all of a sudden, I didn't even know where he came from. There was this dog. And it's owned by somebody because it's wearing a collar. But it wouldn't leave us alone and it's not castrated. And I was very, very attracted to Pilou. So, yeah, I now stopped walking around this cute town. There's another dog that's barking. It is a black dog. It's just harmless, and the owner keeps calling it back, so that's not that bad. But the other dog is just roaming around the entire town. It's a cute dog, but it just wants to get it on with Pilou, and that's not what we want in life. So we're back at the van now, and I have two options. Either we leave, and this was just it, or I get the stroller out, because it is suitable for walking with the stroller. And then I just keep the dogs in the air. I can do that too. I wasn't sure what to do. But it's also lunchtime. So let's just have lunch and think about it. Because it's a tiny, tiny town. It's really cute. I just haven't seen all of it yet. But I might have seen enough. That could also be the case. But this dog is just, I told it to go away multiple times. I was making it go away and it was just so determined to get to Pilou. It was like, its hormones were raging. Like, I need to get to Pilou. Let me get to Pilou. Yeah, let's not do that. And I was scaring Pilou because I was chasing it away. And Pilou got scared because I was pulling on the leash. And yeah, it's not good for either of our mental health. So I'm just going to have some lunch and then we're going to continue because the temperatures are going down, a cold front is coming, and we are very high up, and I don't want to get any snow. And I want to talk to you about my last week, what it's been like. So let's go make some lunch, and then I'll get back to you. So I just made a nice lunch. I love this bread with avocado. I've been eating it 2 weeks straight. I don't know. I just love it. I wanted to talk to you guys about something because I haven't vlogged for a week for multiple reasons. There were 3 things coming together. I was having my period, so I was in some sort of pain and hormones and just not feeling well. I found out, or didn't find out, I decided that it's time to turn around and go back to the Netherlands because I want to start working in April again because I'm running out of money. And I've been encountering people along the way and being in isolation in my van life experience on my own. Whenever I encounter people, I get a very clear view on my encounters I've had my entire life with people. So how I interact with people. I've been exploring this course of like neurodivergence. I have been thinking I've had ADHD for a long time, but I'm exploring more if there's more to my neurodivergence now. I don't know. I'm not diagnosed in any way. This is just things that I think about my life. And I've been meeting people, but because I've been on my own, my boundaries and just, I don't really know how to explain it, but whenever I get a new interaction with a person, old triggers or old things that happen to me in my life all the time come about. And I can't really go into detail because it doesn't really matter. Nothing horrible happened to me. Just whenever I make new friends or new acquaintances, there's a certain way that goes about. And there's a certain view people have of me. And there's a certain impression I make. I guess that's what it is. And for instance, what I can go into, I said yesterday they fixed the Mexerf, and I went to a business, which were Dutch people, which was really nice for me to talk Dutch to them. And without them realizing, they were very nice people. I will not name the company because I don't want to. They did a good job. They helped me out. But they told me it was going to be a certain price. Turned out to be double that price. don't like that, because it means, to me, it feels like you're letting me down, because I contact you, I ask you, I tell you what's needed. They were okay. They said it's going to be this amount of money, and then it turned out to be more than double that. And I have an issue with dealing with that. And on top of that, also, I get the comment a lot that people ask me, how old are you? And I'm going to be 37 in April. And then they're always like, wait, 37? Oh, I wouldn't have thought that. I think you're much younger. And for some reason in our society, that's a compliment. But to me, I'm like, what do I do with this information? Do I not come across as an adult? Is my life, like, what do you want me to do with this information? And that just makes me think so much about everything in life. And it just triggers all these train of thought. So I've been trying to vlog for like basically every day that I was driving, because I drove a whole lot. I'm in a whole different part of Portugal right now. But every time I started and I was exhausted, so I slept a lot, and then I would just stop vlogging because I couldn't get through the video, or couldn't get through just doing it, and I felt a little bit overwhelmed with everything, so I just took a little bit of break, which is okay. And also the man said to me, like, oh, I have some more of this adhesive stuff, the kit, the tube thing that we use to seal the fan over, and he gave it to me, and he said, if you're in the Netherlands, because I said there's a little thing outside of the van, there's this seam, it seems like it needs to be gunked in again, I don't know. I asked him if he could do it, but he said, yeah, when you're in the Netherlands, ask your dad. He said, is your dad handy? Like, can he fix things? I said, yeah. He said, ask your dad to put this in there. And I said, I can do that myself. I told him I had done the entire van build. So I was like, why is this man meeting me, thinking I'm younger than I am, and telling me to go ask my dad to fix that for me? Like, just gets so much going in my head. Like I went to this company because I didn't want to do the Max Airfin alone. I helped him. I told him I had done it. He showed me where it went wrong. I didn't put enough adhesive over the screws, so it was leaking at the screw holes. The other parts were perfect, but we took everything out, cleaned it all up, put it back in with new adhesive, and he then put over the screws the stuff. But like, this is just a reoccurring theme in my life, where men meet me and don't see me for who I am. I guess that's what's happening. And because I am on my own in van life, everybody I meet basically is new. Everybody I meet basically is a new person. So we get a blank slate, and every time these things reoccur. And of course I know that it has 50% of it is his life and what he has come about in his life, and his generation also, because I think he was double my age, or barely double my age, but he was a different generation. And I was just, these things just get to me. Like, why doesn't he see me for who I am? Or why doesn't he think I can do that? Or why does he assume my dad needs to do that? And I've also I made some friends along the way, and then it just didn't work out. And that bothers me, because they don't tell me what's happening. They just ghost me. And I'm very I don't really like talking about it on YouTube, because they can watch this too. But it just leaves me blindsided. Like, what happened? Why is it that whenever I set a boundary and I say, oh, this is too much for me, or oh, I cannot really deal with this, or I would like to do this in a different way, that's not working. So there's never room for me setting a boundary. And this is a reoccurring thing. It's been in my life forever. And I also have found out that whenever I meet a person, I immediately offer help. So I have gotten to a place in my life that whenever I meet a person, I immediately think I need to be of service and prove that I am worth spending time with. And I realized this, and it totally devastated me. I'm almost gonna cry. I was just so upset. Crying for, well, not for days, but I had like these emotional moments. Thinking like, it feels so alone. Just not knowing how to socially interact with people, with them seeing you, and them just accepting you for who you are. And so that has been happening, and I kind of hate that it makes me emotional, because I don't want to be talking about this, because it's a fragile state. The only thing that's fragile, I think, on my YouTube channel is when Duag died, but that was a major moment, so I really needed that to be on here. But I just don't like to let my guard down and to be emotional, and I also just I just don't know how to do it in a different way. Like, now that I've gotten the realization that there's a certain role I take on in a friendship, I don't know how to do it differently. And I know it's baby steps, so it's the first thing is realizing, because I have a really hard time asking for help. I always do things myself. I always offer help. I don't like to take it. And I asked for help about the Max Aerofan to somebody that I met, and she said, yeah, sure, I'll help you, blah, blah. And then after that, we weren't in touch anymore. And that made me feel really... That just made me feel like I always have to do things on my own. I remember saying in one of my videos that stuff about the fan was broken and that I could probably do it myself, but I was like, I'm so tired with having to learn everything and having to know everything and having to do everything myself. I'm just gonna hire people to help me, because that's what they're for. There is people that you can hire for help. And just there are just things reoccurring in my life, and it's hard for me to accept it, to realize it, to accept it, to see it. And this video, editing this video is gonna be horrible, because I'm gonna want to edit everything out that's gonna be fragile for me, or showing myself. But it's also a thing that is a very high, or how do I say this? It's very present while traveling, because I meet people, and so it's also new. There's no people in my life at the moment that I already know. I call people at home, but they're not here, and it devastates me to have these like epiphanies about how I am, basically. And it's sometimes, I don't know if it's loneliness, it's just paradigms bursting open and getting awareness of what's going on around me. And that can be painful sometimes. And maybe it is some loneliness, I don't know, because it does have to do with interact with people. But just, yeah, it's pretty hard. I guess that's the word. Pretty, yeah. And that's also why I'm really looking forward to driving back. I'm gonna take time to drive back, but like to travel back and to work with the kids, because kids are so pure. You always know, same with animals. You always know, it's always so pure. It's always true what they show you to a certain age. But I'm really looking forward to being with kids again, because it's gonna be so like easy. It's not easy because it's, you're a babysitter, so you're helping raising, but you can just interact with kids, and it's also pure. So I'm gonna have this lunch, edit the video, which is gonna be painful. And then we're gonna drive somewhere nice. I'm done with this now. We're gonna drive somewhere nice and just have a nice relaxing moment, because I need that. And I hope that you guys appreciate this content, because it's really hard for me to put out there in the internet, but it is what's happening. Just new interactions from zero, like from very clean new interactions, just make you realize who you are and what you are about in life so much. And that's definitely a part of Vanlife. Oh, cold! So we just had a 20-minute drive up to a place here. I'm gonna write down what it's called, I don't know. And it's a really beautiful spot. I parked here and the guy said, can you move your van in a little while, because he needs to, I think he's gonna do like leaf blowing. But I said, yeah, I'm gonna go in the van, can you knock when it's time to go? He's like, oh, okay. He only speaks Portuguese, but that's kind of what I made out of it. But I'm so cold, I'm gonna close the door and start up the heater. And yeah, let's do that now. I'm cold. I'm gonna make some tea. Okay, so I'm just boiling some water for tea because I'm so cold. I think it's about 9 degrees. What is it? Look at my hair. It's getting so long. It's about 9 degrees, I think. Let me check what it's inside. It's 14 degrees inside the van, and I'm cold. The glasses fell when I had to do a little wobbly. But the thing is, I was at the gorgeous town with the gorgeous castle. It was so much fun. Then the dog came. I had to leave. And then I wanted to leave. And I just didn't know where to go. I am so having decision-making trouble. And this thing happens when I turn around. And I've had it the last time I was traveling. Whenever I'm running out of money and I figure, okay, I'm gonna go back home and work, it's gonna take 5 weeks for me to get home, my mind immediately goes like, oh, there's too many things to keep in mind. So for one, the road that I'm gonna take back needs to have, I only have a certain amount of money to put gas in, so I cannot go too far. And then now I was like, okay, I'm in the middle of mountains, which is gorgeous, but it's hard, you know, going somewhere. It takes not that many kilometers, but it's just all up and down, so it takes more time. And or maybe it does take more kilometers because you have to go around the hills. But now I'm just torn all the time. So I was sitting there for an hour and a half looking up where to go next to stay tonight, and I just couldn't figure it out. I just couldn't know where to go. I just couldn't figure out where to go. I just couldn't. And after a while, I just figured, what's nearby? And I found this place 20 minutes. I thought, let's go there. Let's go there. Just go do it. And it's a gorgeous place. I got my tea. I got me some chocolates. The heater is blasting full on, so I hope you can still hear me very well. Oh, it's so cold. I'm gonna like make it like 23 degrees inside the van. But what happens is that my mindset of traveling changes. So when I have enough money and I have all the time in the world, because that's basically linked on each other. Oh, the tea is nice and warm. I just travel and I'm like, la-di-da-di-da, I'm going everywhere, having fun. And then I turn around, which isn't even turning around, but I made an appointment to be back in the Netherlands by the end of March. And what I'm also doing is, because I'm going back to the Netherlands and I'm going to work there for a while, I'm vlogging ahead. So you're gonna be seeing my April in June, I think, so that I have a couple of months to work with my YouTube still going, because I want the next time you'll be seeing me at the end of this trip to be on my next trip, because I want to keep vlogging.
I'm gonna put the chocolate in the tea. That's so nice. Have a little bite. Nice. So my mind's just going everywhere. And at the same time, I was thinking if I'm in the Netherlands, I can maybe show you some cute towns there. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I'm there. My mind's just going everywhere. But anyway, I was trying to figure out where to go. And I'm now, like, on the, I think, northeast of Portugal. And I was thinking of going down and then to the Pyrenees. But then I saw that it's going to snow soon. So that won't work. So then I thought, okay, I'm going to go up north in Spain. Because I think that would be beautiful. There's a lot of coastline. I think it's going to be great. So I was thinking of going there. And then I was looking at the map. So if I go straight to the left now, so to the west, it will be in the Aveiro, I think. So I was looking at it, was like a 2-hour drive, and I thought, okay, I can do that. It was 1 o'clock when I decided that. It's now 3. But then I thought, when I want to go up, I have to go through Porto. And I kind of don't want to go through a big city. I think it's a highway that is like close to the city or going through it. I don't know. I was just thinking, oh, it's going to be busy. I don't like that. I don't want to go there. So then I thought I'm going to go up to Villarreal and then to the left, to the west, so that I would go around Porto. But then all of these towns that are still there are cold because they're all high in the mountains and it's going to get cold. So like 7 degrees during the day. It's now 9 degrees outside, I think. It's really cold. I haven't had it this cold for a while. And then I thought, after a while, I couldn't decide. Like, go left or go north, and I just couldn't decide. So I just figured I'm going to stay around here. And tomorrow, I had the entire day. But I think tomorrow's going to rain. Maybe. So we'll see. So maybe tomorrow we'll make a long drive. But my mind just gets so torn when I decide where I'm going to go. Like that I'm going to go back. It just gets... like, I don't know, I just get so torn. I want to have my tea. And then decide where we're going to go tomorrow. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I just can't. I just can't figure out what to do. It's horrible. It actually kind of paralyzes me with making decisions. I just can't make a decision. And it's so weird because you have to. Otherwise you're not moving. So I'm going to hang out here. Heat the fan. Maybe I'm gonna make some dinner. I don't know. Hang out here. And then that'll settle me for now. And then tomorrow we'll see what we're gonna do. I'm just stuck. But this is a thing that I never thought would happen. That the mindset changes. For me, really, my mindset changes if I'm going or coming or going. When I was leaving, I was like, I got all the time in the world. I got all this money. And now I'm at the end. And I'm like, yeah, I need to get back. I need to get, like, things sorted. I need to, like, do stuff. I need to get cracking. And it just gives so much pressure in me internally. While at the same time, I'm just still in Portugal having fun. I have 5 weeks left. Like 5 weeks. My last trip wasn't even 5 weeks. I think it was 4 weeks. Like, I have so much time. But at the same time, I'm like, I only have 5 weeks left. And that's so weird. It's so weird how that works. I didn't know that doing van life would be like a whole social experiment and like a psychological experiment on like, how is your mind going to cope with all of this? But my internal monologue is definitely going on and it's going everywhere. So I'm going to finish my tea. Oh, it's so nice and warm. And then we're gonna get settled for tonight. We're just gonna hang out here and I'll get back to you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it was a little bit different. And I'll see you in the next video. You're gonna see where I'm gonna decide where we're gonna go. And in the meantime, don't forget to say yes to the social experiment and the psychological experiment called Say Yes to New Adventure.